All right, this is a positive, uplifting story. It tells about this Jamaican youth whose his name is Michiel Williams, who just earned his pilot license. So let's read this very inspiring story. It said, Michiel Williams still remembers his first time in an airplane. He said the experience when he was 9 years old ignited his passion to become a pilot. Alright, and quote, my interest was piqued when the aircraft climbed smoothly into the sky and seeing the view from above was amazing. The ability of piloting us off the ground into the sky impressed my young man. I just wanted to learn what it was doing. Said, sorry. A decade later, the 19-year-old is a commercial pilot, having been certified by Two-Fly Airborne Flight Academy in Florida. His goal is to further studies to become an airline pilot. The Denby High School alumni told the Star that though he was later acceptance into Two-Fly Airborne, trepidation lingered as his parents pondered a way to cover the hefty 54,000 US, which is $7.8 million Jamaican in tuition. He shared that his parents had to halt construction work on the house to save funds. He also allowed other relatives and church family for the kind donations towards his tertiary fees. Quote to quote, it wasn't easy. There were times I felt like payment deadlines would not be met. Payment deadlines would not be met. Sorry if I misread that. But thanks to God, the fees were paid in due time, said the toll gate native. Alright. According to Williams, flight school was not no easy feat. Staying that concept was a lot to grasp. He had that being way away from his home and adjusting to a new environment caused additional stress, but remains relentless in pursuit of his goals. He told the Star that there were academic hurdles he had to overcome. Added, on my final exam, I failed when trying to initiate a soft landing on a windy day. I had to retake the exam for my private pilot license. Must admit I failed some courses, but I was resilient, and with the help of God, I passed them in the second sentence. Quote to quote, at times I felt overwhelmed, but I called on people who would support me and give me a positive reassurance. Faced a lot of challenges and there were a lot of obstacles, said Williams, who recently earned his certification. Quote to quote, do you have a dream or goal you wish to accomplish? Work towards it to all you have. It's not always going to be easy, but it can be done. Seize the opportunity and work towards your goal, said the young pilot. First on Williams' bucket list is flying to Jamaica. His flight hours have only so far been recorded in the US. Quote unquote, according to the country where I was first prepared to become a pilot would be a joy. It will also be a momentous occasion for the country, as it be one of the few Jamaicans who have been certified abroad being. So, end of story. So, I like reading stories like this, though. Like, you have this Jamaican youth who wanted to aspire to be a pilot, and yeah, he pursued and went through his training, and even though he had setbacks, he didn't give up, and he went on, and he's now a certified pilot. So this should be inspired to a lot of Jamaican youths, especially, and Jamaicans in generally, that when you work hard to be something positive and meaningful in life. This is the end result, though. I mean, and what I like is the fact that he has family and those in his social circle, all of them pitched in together to help him the best way he can, whether through financially or even giving some spiritual and even motivational support so that he continue through. So he's also saying that with a strong and positive circle, he was able to achieve his goals. And this is something I don't want a lot of Jamaican youths especially take away from that. You can be a winner and so on. Even though I know bad the odds are at times, though, that you can be a winner. And the thing is that a lot of Jamaicans need to hear stories like this. They need to hear more about youths like this. So, because like I said, there are many bright minds who come on, going through something positive here in Jamaica, who come from Jamaica and in the diaspora. And the thing is that they're not getting as much recognition as they deserve. And this is the aim of why I'm of this type of recordings. I like doing stories like this, and you have to highlight people like this now, because we need to hear about more Michiel Williams in Jamaica. All right, and yeah, there have been other Jamaican pilots who've done things in the past. Trying to remember the name of the guy from 2007, but he's another good example and so on. But I like hearing stories like this, and wish this guy the best in his endeavors, and that he really goes on to do great things. So this is for State of Jamaica and the Caribbean. Check out our YouTube pages. Miles Goose and Farron, Miles J Productions, or Real Thoughts and Miles. Alright.